So we hear this phrase everywhere called guard your heart, and you see it like literally everywhere. You see it on city sidewalks, you see it, posted about everywhere, and you just have to guard your heart. And if I be honest with you, I really don't know what that means, but I found out recently what it meant, and I believe once you understand what this truly means, it could be such a game changer for you. So I love Netflix and YouTube, and one of the things you see on these platforms is you see that they always have these things called recommended videos because they want you to stay on YouTube and Netflix as long as possible. So what they do is they just try to push out the same type of content so that you can keep watching it over and over again. So I actually heard it once from a preacher that said, your heart's kind of like Netflix. So if your heart's like Netflix, that means the more you watch a certain type of thing, the more your heart will want it. Here's what's true about our hearts, is our hearts, whatever we feed it, the more it will become like whatever we feed it. So the question is, how do you feed your heart then? Like, what does that mean? And honestly, I think it means is what are you thinking about? Like, what are you dwelling upon? What are you dreaming about? Like, what are you watching? What are you listening to? What is consuming? What are you consuming? Because whatever you're consuming is going to be fed into your heart. And I've learned recently that I fed my heart a lot of junk. That's why I have a timer on Instagram, because when I'm on it for too long, I just start comparing myself, and honestly, it leads to me more sad. Studies show that. And so I just have to put a timer on Instagram because I feed my heart discontentment. I feed my heart comparison. And I just need to do a better job of what I'm looking at, what I'm listening to, what I'm watching, thinking about, because all that stuff funnels into my heart. And if I'm not guarding my heart, just like the proverb says, that all of life flows from it. So if I'm not guarding my heart, I've been struggling with recently is just the negativity, and how when I dwell upon negativity a lot, it just leads to me just struggling to find joy. So I'm feeding my heart negativity. That's what's going to spew out of me. Our hearts are kind of like our bodies. The more we just feed it with junk food, the more we'll get overweight. I'll have health issues. Hey, you want? No, don't eat it. Chocolate. But the more we feed our bodies with good nutritional food, healthy food, the better, more healthy it will be. It's the same thing with our hearts. Just came back from Flux. Shout out to Flux Coffee. Yo, also shout out to Wogo. Dope apparel. You gotta follow them. I'm gonna put the links in the description. Shout out to Colin, the man. Oh, I gotta text my mom first. The guy who wrote majority of the New Testament even says this. He says, fix your thoughts on whatever is true, whatever is honorable, and whatever is right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. What are you thinking about? What are you dwelling upon? What are you dreaming about? It's so important because you don't want to let anything sit in your mind, sit in your heart, because anything that just sits in your heart just grows. So discontentment, bitterness, anger, lust, whatever's in your heart, it's just gonna grow. And so I just hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like, share it with a friend who's really in need or needs some encouragement. Share it to your grandma. Last week I talked about just finding your soulmate and what that actually really looks like, and so it was a really cool talk. I'd love to see you guys next week. Just have a great week, guys. Love you guys.